About halfway through the school year, Milton High School in Florida saw a sudden surge of police activity on campus. Nothing had changed in the students' daily lives, no spontaneous influx of drugs, no gang activity, no actual threats anyone could see. Yet, cops were suddenly very interested in this school. One day in particular will not be forgotten. The entire school went into lockdown. Nearly 50 officers, local, state, and federal, descended upon Milton High like it was the season finale of Law and Order. They searched everything. They found nothing. So, what was going on? Behind the scenes, for about 2 months, the school had been plagued by threatening phone calls. "I'm gonna shoot up the school. I put pipe bombs and pressure cooker bombs around campus. I have information about a shooting." After 2 months of this, school officials and police were growing wary. It was exhausting, but for the sake of the students' safety, every single call had to be treated as real. The investigation hit wall after wall. All the calls came during school hours, which meant it probably wasn't a current student, or at least not one with good attendance. IP tracing showed the calls originating from New York, of all places, but phone origins can be spoofed, and so investigators were mostly at a loss. It wasn't until 2 months that the police finally caught a break. A student at Milton High called the police claiming that her boyfriend was coming to shoot her in the head. She knew this because she had received a call from him. But according to her, the voice on the phone wasn't her boyfriend's. She suspected a 17-year-old named Brad Parga. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Brad had friends and acquaintances at Milton High, but he didn't go to Milton High. He couldn't. He lived in New Jersey. And he was homeschooled, meaning that this kid spent every single day at home with unlimited phone access. And according to students who knew him, Brad's favorite hobby was being a troll, which included prank calls. Lots of prank calls, but mostly to Indian call center employees. The cops were pretty sure they had their guy. So, Florida called New Jersey. New Jersey grabbed Brad, and before this kid could even say, "It was just a prank, bro," he was on a one-way flight to the Sunshine State. And not for Disney World, but for the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office interrogation room.
Yes, you will. No, he said I'm no, because I'm arrested. I'm not, they're not questioning me. I'm arrested at this. Okay, well, tell them who did the call. I didn't do anything. I know you didn't do it. I have not done it. So, do you know who did it? Why? But why would I be getting arrested? But do you know something about it? Yes. So tell them everything you know. I will tell them. Okay? Yes, tell them everything you know. You didn't do it. You go home. Yeah, but dude. You didn't do it. You go home. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Yeah, it works. Yeah. Tell them who did it. That's not how it works. Yeah, dude.
Or actually, I have a few more. Something else I have to do. Okay, so knowing your right to
Let's go. I'm positive and he's positive that he didn't do the call.
Okay.
So he's gonna tell you everything he knows, the friend, whoever. Okay. But I'm positive that he didn't do the call.
But is that your choice?
I let you speak to him.
Even though your dad decides that, what do you decide to do?
I want to speak.
Okay, so I'm going to read you something called the waiver of rights that I have to read you. I read it to everyone, and then we'll continue, okay? It says, I have read this statement of my rights and understand what my rights are. I am willing to make a statement and answer questions. I do not want a lawyer at this time. I understand and know what I am doing. No promises or threats have been made to me, and no pressure or coercion of any kind has been used against me. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So we haven't threatened you. No. We haven't pressured you. Okay. So you could go ahead and sign that. Dad, did you understand what I just read?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you to sign, Dad. No, let your dad sign. So I'm going to sign here. Today is February 25th.
It's 8:56.
Thank you. Typically, okay. Usually, you don't have to stop like that.
All right, Dad, just like I started to briefly kind of explain to him, okay, this isn't going to be or go like you might expect on television where we're going to play some kind of like mind game, try to play on his words or anything. We are here to get information. I also told him that I would be very transparent as to what is here today. Okay, so I want you to understand the truth, but I want you both to understand the truth. The reason why I want to tell you the truth about everything and why we're here is I don't want you or your son I don't want your son to back himself into a corner or back himself into a lie that he can't talk himself out of. Do you understand? You understand what I'm saying? Okay, that's what a lot of people do when they sit in front of detectives and stuff. Is they assume that whatever they can say is whatever lie they've prepared or is going to happen is going to change that. Okay, I don't want to do that with you because it kind of it becomes kind of a self-serving interview where it doesn't matter what you say. Okay, and I want your word to count. Okay, so to be very clear, okay. Early on, you had mentioned right after you were arrested, you mentioned the Milton High School incident on Valentine's Day last year. Okay, and you're aware of that.
Yep.
Okay, that's where I'm from. Okay, that's where I'm a detective at in Florida. Okay, it was my information and a lot of information I got from that incident that led to the search warrant for your residence, and a lot of that information led to the arrest warrant as well out of Florida. Okay, that's where all that has stemmed from. Okay, so it's all stuff that myself and some other places have kind of helped out leaving that information. Okay, when I talk about I don't want to back you into a corner, I want you to understand why we landed at your address.
Yeah.
Okay. During that time frame of Valentine's Day at Milton High School, okay, multiple calls were made. Okay, and and I know you know something about it, but I want you to understand that we know just as much that you believe you know about it. The reason why is all the social media accounts that you, your friend in Australia, friend in Canada, all that stuff, we've gotten all that information. We've gotten all that information already. Okay, well, a lot of this information is all tic-tac with people that you've talked to on Discord, or a lot of them have had conversations on Discord. We got all that information. What led us to you was in the multiple phone calls that were made, we backtracked the phone numbers to where they were purchased, to where they were activated, to where the calls were made, and they led to the IP address for your apartment registered to you. Okay, and further going forward, getting that information, we also, because you video chatted with other people in other calls, we've had people personally identify you as the person that they've spoken to, where they gained information in conversations about being involved in these swatting incidences. Okay, I know you're not the only person that has been involved in some of these incidences, but I want you, before you back yourself out and say, I didn't do anything, I had nothing to do with it, this is your opportunity to be true about what involvement you had.
So you want me to start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I literally just watched. I walked.
So sorry.
We're in a good flow right here.
Yeah,
but
I just did want to place you under oath really quick. That was something we should have done while I did the referendum. So I apologize for that. Obviously, you know everything is audio and video recorded. We read your rights, everything. You elected to speak to us. So we're just going to place you under oath, like what you would normally say to ears.
Yeah.
I now inform you that's my intention to place you under oath before you respond to any questions. New Jersey state statutes allow detectives assigned to the prosecutor's office to administer an oath. This oath carries the same responsibilities as an oath that you would swear before a grand jury or a trial. Violation of this oath constitutes a charge of perjury. This is to lie under oath. Do you solemnly swear to the best of your knowledge that the statements and responses that you are now about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
To help with that?
Yes.
All right, thank you. And can you read and write the English language?
Yeah.
Okay, so you understand everything
Yes.
we're talking about? All right, thank you.
So, as I was saying, I watched. That's literally it. I was in the Discord call. He was sharing his screen. Did it. I was watching.
Who was that?
Hayden,
Okay.
the Australian one. I think I actually might have a recording of him doing it.
Okay.
I think,
On one of your computers?
yeah. I think I actually might have a recording of him doing it. I never participated in it personally because I don't do that at all. I guess it was entertaining to watch, but that was a year ago. I've actually been trying to turn my life around now. I've actually started going to school. I wasn't going to school before. And now I don't even involve myself with that anymore. He
Well,
still
that's good.
he still does his little SWAT calls or whatever, and I'm never in the call anymore. I don't even want to hear about it because, when the Guttenberg detectives came in, I was just like, yeah, it's time for me to just not, basically.
And that was the incident with Chase in Alabama, right?
Yeah, which is also another mutual friend. He never did swat either, bro. He was a victim because I'm pretty sure Hayden actually also swatted me. When I don't know if you know, but there was basically a call to my apartment, basically saying that someone was like shooting or something. Yeah, it should be in the records. But basically, I got swatted as well. Chase got swatted as well. And basically, this is all like literally Hayden. And it was over an argument we had. And we had a lot of arguments. And I guess he just took it out on me. And, that's usually how it happens. But I can assure you, I really did not do anything. I did not do the swatting.
And there are a lot of things that I believe what you're saying, because since then, I'm not the only agency that's been watching this activity, and I've watched it progress and kind of watched the different changes.
Yeah.
We've watched, we've seen where other swatting calls have been made, where, like you said, you've watched it, you've been in chat rooms or whatever, you've had conversations about it, you've had connections to those incidences. Okay.
Yeah.
What incidences do you remember being part of, at least as far as what you witnessed? That you, even if you're saying Hayden was doing them, which locations, where did you guys talk about?
Okay, so Milton, he did a bunch of petty 7-Eleven prank calls. I'll be real. I used to do prank calls. I wouldn't do swattings. I'd do prank calls, calling 7-Elevens, basically saying hey, I'm your bread inspector. I need you to take a loaf of bread out, and I'd make them roll it up into a ball, put it in a slushy cup, and basically say we're testing for COVID or whatever. So I would just do petty prank calls like that I haven't done recently at all. But other than Milton, I don't know, residences of people that were in,
Like people's houses?
yeah, people's houses. Yeah,
How did you find that information?
I didn't find it. He found it.
When you say he, then
Hayden. Yeah, I did not personally partake in finding the information or giving out information. That was kind of all him, and I was just there to watch. And that's why Chase is also involved, because he was the same as me, and we were literally just there for the ride. We did not partake in any of it.
So, remember I said that we did a lot of digging through Discord and other social media sites and everything.
Yeah.
When we do that, when they submit information to us, our search warrant that okay, let me backtrack. So if we write a search warrant for that, we ask for everything from any, let's say for Snapchat, for instance.
Yeah.
So anything that you've liked, looked at, shared, viewed, deleted,
Yeah.
Anything that, Snapchat, you believe everything kind of does, deletes after 24 hours. It doesn't delete.
Yeah.
You stop seeing that.
Yeah.
But Snapchat always gets to see it. So when he asked for that, if it were a printed out document, it'd be like 10,000 pages. Legitimately 10,000 pages. Okay. So it does take a lot of time to go through that stuff. But most things that people believe goes away, is deleted or gone, is not gone.
I understand.
Okay. So instead of them prank calls of the Milton and stuff like that, so talk about the Milton High School for starters, because again, your phone number registered from your IP address, and made some calls. Maybe not the original swatting call that Hayden did, but there were other calls. That's how we got your number. That's how we ended up here. So talk about what happened with Milton. What involvement did you have?
I highly doubt it came back to me because I was there.
It did, because I didn't just come up with your information.
Yeah,
I didn't just come up with your address. I didn't come up with your dad's information. Again, I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, I'm under oath. I'm being honest with you as well. I did not take any part in the actual calling of Milton. I'm not that stupid.
And
If
maybe,
I was,
and maybe we need to just clarify. Just by saying that you didn't participate in it, like you didn't actually verbally say anything on the phone or anything, it's more than that. Is there any possibility that you could have placed the call
no.
for Hayden?
Nope, I did not place the call for Hayden. He was using his own account. I did not make an account for him. My own email was on my own number. I did not make an account for him. I did not do anything for him. He made his own call on his own.
Yeah, again, I want you to. I'm trying to. I don't know how better way to understand, to make you quite understand that. Okay, we have his phone number too, and we have the information that took us to Australia. Okay, we understand that.
Yeah.
We had a whole list of phone numbers. Each one of those phone numbers, we did search warrants for all the records. When those records have come back, they say, like, this phone number made this call at this time, and it was registered at this IP address, and it was being used at this IP address when the call was made.
Yeah.
So we know already, unless your friend Hayden was standing in your apartment using a phone that was registered at your house under his IP address, registered to him that he pays the bill on, then that's impossible. Okay, that's what I'm trying to make you understand. Okay, that's the direct information, because that is a big reason why we're here, because we know calls were made from your house.
I can't. Like, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to admit something I did do? I can't.
No, I'm not saying that you're not the only person. What I'm saying is,
No, I'm not saying that either.
I want to understand what your actual involvement was, because a call was made. Now, I'm not saying it was just because there were several calls around Milton. It wasn't just the one call. There were multiple calls to the high school.
Is there audio recording?
Yes, there's audio recordings. There's all this documentation.
You can match up the accent. I never called. You can match up the voice. I never called. Never. I did not call.
So what about the voice changing software?
What voice? Voice mod. I've had that for years.
And that we know that was utilized in all the calls.
Yeah, a lot of people have voice mod. He has voice mod. Bubba has voice mod. I have voice mod. Almost all my friends in Discord have voice mod.
I know, but that's why I'm trying to make you understand. It's not an accident that we're sitting in front of you.
Yeah.
We are sitting in front of you, but it's impossible for him in Australia to make a call from your house. So calls were made to your house involving the Milton High School thing. But there were other calls around Milton that wasn't just the high school. There were several calls to the high school. There were calls to the city police station. There were calls to people's homes in the area. You had more to do there. Whether it was a prank call or not, you had more involvement. You did more things there.
I swear on the oath, I did not call any place in Milton. I did not call. I did not call any place in Milton.
Did you ever communicate with anybody?
The only, yes, there was a person there, and we knew the person, and the person was a part of a group chat.
Who's that?
Her name's like something, and basically she was a part of the group chat. and basically Hayden found out the school through her because she saved school. And then that was the motive for the call, because she was there. And she also
First call or the second call?
what
There was 2 Milton calls. There was the first one, what were we talking about? She wasn't involved in that first call.
No, she was. She was actually in the Discord call. She actually set that up. She collaborated with Hayden.
Right, so she was part. But as far as the call was concerned at that time, she may have been on the Discord, in the Discord chats and all that. Was going
No,
on.
she had her camera on showing the SWAT. Like, she was in the, I don't know if it was the gym or the band room. I don't know which one. But basically, she had her camera on while the SWAT team was like, they were all sat down against lockers, I'm pretty sure. She had her camera on. She wanted it to get swatted. And
Her and about 500 other students had the same video.
yeah, I mean, it's funny. Like, I didn't do anything. I was literally just there laughing along for the ride. And it's messed up because before I was like that, I wouldn't care. But now I'm actually trying to do something with my life. And now this is like catching up to me, even though I had like no direct involvement. Was it still messed up that I knew I didn't say anything? Yes, I will admit that.
Okay, so what is your again? So back to why you led to your home.
Yeah.
How do you explain it? How do you explain us having search warrant evidence, documentation evidence, recordings that calls are coming from your house from that's registered from his IP address? You can't change that.
I don't.
Even if you mask it, it originally goes back.
My name, both of the phone.
Because the every time you pay a bill at your house for internet service or phone service,
Internet, yeah.
correct,
Internet.
you are assigned a number to the owner.
Internet, yeah, but the phone is from my
Wait, what was the question again? What was the question you just asked? Oh, how did it
How do you
come in?
how do you explain the calls coming from your phone, your house?
I can't explain it.
That's what I'm asking. Is for you to tell me how.
I guess with a proxy, but I don't think he would have done that to use my IP. So I don't know. I mean, if he did use my IP, then
So I know we're talking about how advanced to try to mask IP addresses. Okay. But again, you got to understand how that works. And when you go to the source, they still know the original, even if you've changed it. So let me draw you a picture. So here's your phone, right? And you're going to call this person, but we want to make it secret. So we use a program that masks your IP address. Okay. So if we go to this person, let's say we get records from this phone carrier because we want to see who made the call. This phone carrier is going to tell us this.
and that's gonna tell me.
And it's going to give us this IP address that you've changed, that this person changed this to.
Yeah.
So what we do in law enforcement is we go back to this person
Yeah.
who changed it. So they say this person changed it. This is where the change occurred. So we can always, even if you think you mask it, we can always go back to where the original, where it was originated from.
Yeah.
Okay. But during the Milton instance, that wasn't the case. You hadn't gotten to the point where masking IPs was a thing at that point yet. Because during this time, this was direct information. Directly from TextNow, Verizon, all the phone, AT&T, everyone that every phone carrier that had any involvement, including towers, to make sure everything came back your address.
Yeah.
So we know that calls were made from this address. We're not saying you're not the only person. We got calls from him too. But there were calls from your phone.
I didn't use the phone. I didn't use the phone to call. I really never used anything to call.
There were records indicating the IP address came back to you.
Right, that's what we're saying.
Okay.
It's not technically the phone, it's the internet connection. So
Yeah.
someone was on the computer.
Number
That,
Right, so that's what I'm saying. So you can there are apps that can change your voices, change your name, change your IP address, and all that stuff.
Or the,
You know, give you a celebrity IP address that's somehow known, and all of a sudden, you know,
yeah.
Miley Cyrus is sending you, you know, messages from her house, you know. That's, you know, somebody smarter than us came up with an idea, but that all it does is mask one point. But they have to report it.
I don't like.
And the reason why we get this information, why it's so easy for us, is due to terrorism.
Yeah.
The United States government signed a House bill that said they have no choice but to report it to us.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have to tell us. They have to. So even though this person usually thinks, well, I did this, so I'm in the clear. Yeah, you're in the clear from this person, but not from the government.
Yeah.
Because we know that. We have to move forward too. Okay.
So wait,
You did calls, not necessarily just to Milton High School. There were other calls in the area, other calls that you had involvement in, other calls where you used a voice changing app. And this was all verified through social media sites that record everything you do on your computer. Every time you push a button on your computer, it is logged. Every keystroke is logged. Every activity you do on a computer is logged.
I'm telling you.
So you had more involvement.
I had involvement with doing prank calls.
Okay, so tell me about the prank calls. Your idea of a prank call might be different than mine.
Okay, the prank calls. Look, I did not do. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. I did not do any in Milton. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. If it's coming back to me, then either you're feeding me false information or you're getting fed false information, because I did not do anything. You keep saying that you're not the only person, right? Like, you keep roping me in. I'm trying to get separated from this group that you're putting me in, and you keep roping me back in with, we know you're not the only person. I was not even involved in the swattings.
There's several phone numbers. Well, I was saying, like,
Yes.
every IP address and a phone number associated. There are several.
I
what I'm
understand.
trying to is all I'm saying. You're not the only number, but your number.
Do you have an email?
An email address? Yeah. I don't have it written down in front of me. But yes, we have associated email addresses.
Well,
And we got search warrants for those.
could you show
as well.
me? Could you show me the email addresses? Or like, not the email addresses.
I don't have it in front of me. I don't have all that stuff in front of me because I'm not from.
Yeah.
So much data that it's on its own separate drive.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
So you mentioned that you didn't use your phone. What did you use?
I didn't use anything.
So you made calls. What would you use to make calls though?
Text them.
Through what?
My computer.
Okay, so originally you
I
said
would stick to Canada. I would call Vancouver and Toronto 7-Elevens because like, I noticed a lot of Indians work there, so it's easy. Like, there's a language barrier. So basically, we know whenever we call 7-Eleven over in Vancouver and Toronto, they'd most likely do what we tell them to if we sound like, you know, a professional person. They're saying, hey, this is, you know, John from 7-Eleven Corporate, stuff like that. But that was like a long time ago. I haven't done that before.
and I want you to realize that when the detective here was speaking to you,
Yeah.
you said you weren't using your phone. You weren't using computers. You weren't.
No,
Obviously, you were. No, you did.
No, I didn't say that.
I was listening very.
No, I said I did not. I said I did not do any calls in Milton.
We have the computers and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can look
We're
through
going
my.
to send those off and they're going to be forensically downloaded.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that because I want. But the video that you're talking about, is it a video of like a small like edit of like Happy Valentine's Day, Milton? Like what type of video is it?
Well, that one came through, like, you're talking about just the little hodgepodge video that was put together just piece by piece, and some news articles is like a funny share.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
that.
So you can see in the end that the person that's talking is hating. That was included in the video. In the end, the voice wasn't changed at all. If you look at the end of the video, you can hear him say, "Oh, you just got swatted. This was fake, and this was a prank call, and you just got swatted." And then he starts going on about a bunch of racist shit. But yeah, you can see in the end of the video that can back me up that I was not the one calling. I mean, but obviously all the other times Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, I know. That's
I'm telling
that's
you.
one incident.
Yeah.
So I've said over and over again. That's one incident. Okay. That was the one. That was kind of just the start of things. Okay. What I'm saying is there were calls later on. There were more calls that were made after this incident.
I wouldn't know anything.
There was other calls to the school that were made.
I was only there for the call where he said he was going to like bring pressure cooker bombs or something, or like AR walking around campus or some stuff. And then
What do you mean you were there?
like I was watching, like he was doing it in front of me.
So you were part of a chat.
Yeah, like a group chat, and Hannah was also there. Like she was feeding him information, saying like, you know, we're hiding in the band room right now.
Remember her username?
And he's barking. But yeah, that's I don't know what to tell you. I mean, like we can keep going in circles about like the phone and the IP thing, but I'm telling you, I do not know. You can look through my computer. Through the email associated with it. You can check the history if I've done the calls, and I don't know what to tell you.
Well, let's switch directions. What do you know that Hayden's been involved with?
Oh my god, so much to count. Mostly petty stuff, like the 7-Eleven stuff. Milton, swatting people's houses, messing with some kid from Canada. Oh, that's the kid you were talking about, Lucas Bodor. Yep, Lucas Bodor. Yeah, he's been terrorizing him for a bit now. I am friends with Lucas Bodor now. Basically, we used to just like bully him, you know, like ordering food to his house and stuff like that, like Cindy's Palace. I'm sure he's told me, or like, you know, whoever you talked to has told me. But basically, yeah, it was just like bullying back then. This was like years ago, and basically, Hayden took it a step further. If I can remember, some of the things he did was like call the fire department to his house, the police to his house. I'm pretty sure he called like a suicide hotline saying he's gonna kill himself, and like, you know, it was, you know, he gave like the address, I'm pretty sure 258 Kitchener Street. And yeah, I have not talked to Lucas in a bit, but we're cool now. If you were to ask him, like I have him added on Discord, if you were to ask him, we're now cool. I told him like all the like I'm aware that Hayden's still been ordering food to his house like then and again, but he's kind of gotten paranoid, because one of the emails he was using, there was basically like an email basically saying that like they need access to his account. There was basically like some warrant coming out of like something basically requesting access, so he got paranoid and just stopped doing prank calls in total, but now he's like started doing it again.
When's the last time you had a conversation? Or when's the last time you knew that he knew? When's the last one that you know he called? What's the call that you know he called?
Probably like past 8 months ago. I don't know. Like I've not like I said, I have not been in any calls with him when he's done it recently.
What are places he's talked about?
Milton, going to houses, maybe some schools, some random schools. Probably good to tell you because he does a lot. But I'm like you'd have to see like the numbers he called himself on text now, because like I don't know all of them. He does a lot. He did it like even back then when I used to be on a call with him all the time. He did it. He would still do a lot by himself. Like these different time zones. Whenever I'd be sleeping, he'd be awake or whenever doing calls. But the only major ones I've witnessed are Milton and maybe some house calls. That's it. Those are the only ones I've majorly witnessed.
So,
oh, by the way, he's using a proxy because text now had a change where he can't call from Australia anymore. So now he's basically forced. He's like a proxy saying he's in America like all the time. And that's why he's also not been doing as much prank calls anymore. And I told him I'm not involved in that.
again, those things, how we kind of know how that works.
Yeah.
Because again, that stuff is not difficult to use. I can download that on my iPhone in an app.
Yeah.
You know, in 12 seconds, then changing the phone numbers and change my piece address and all that stuff online from an app.
Yeah.
You know, but the point is that's really more fault in your mind if you think that works. But truth is, it doesn't work.
Yeah. That's why I don't do it.
So a lot of the information is not just information that I've gotten. FBI has also been involved because there are some places, especially when you're straight up from being outside of the United States, Australian government.
Yeah.
This has been going on for a while. Or this investigation has been going
You can ask Chase, you can ask Lucas. I did not do any of it. Nothing. You can ask them. You can ask them yourselves. I'm sure whenever they spoke to Chase, he told you the same thing. Hayden, we are not roped in with Hayden. Hayden does his own things. He's like, like he's like an actual just like white supremacist. He hates black people, stuff like that. Like, I used to be memeing with him or trolling, saying like, oh, I hate black people too, all this racist stuff. And sometimes I still troll like that. But the thing is, like, I have black friends in real life, and like, he does not want to be near black people in general. He does not want to be near black people in general. He cannot be friends with a black person. He like despises black people. I just did it as I feel like he's been taking it serious this entire time while I've been just like watching back and like viewing it as a troll. But I do not do that anymore because, like I said, I've been trying to turn my life around. I've been going to school. I've stopped with that. I've literally just been playing my game. Been trying to like go to school again, and now this is like coming back to bite me. Like, even though I didn't even do anything.
I know. You contradict yourself a lot because you've said multiple times, I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I don't
do it anymore. Okay, I want you to, besides the whole 7-Eleven thing, anybody, give me something. And the reason why, and let me explain to you why it's important
Yes.
for you to be honest about certain things. If you want us to believe anything we say, you have to give us information that we know to be a true statement from you. Okay? The more truth you give us, the more credible you are.
What you're basically telling me is to like lie. Because
I'm not telling you to lie.
Look at it from my perspective. Me, I know you believe that I did it, right? Me knowing I didn't do it.
I believe what the evidence tells me.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I have to go on. That's what I get to report to a judge. That's what led to your warrant.
Yeah.
For your counts. That's evidence that anybody can look at.
I mean, but the thing is,
this is where
even Chase had a warrant. And he wasn't a part of it at all. So all this warrant stuff, at this point, you're just trying to like find out information because Chase got a warrant. Lucas probably got a warrant to be questioned or like to be brought in, electronic seized, all that. And I'm getting the same thing, but I'm telling you the same as Chase, the same as probably Lucas tells you. I did not do anything. I did not do anything. I did not do any of the Milton calls. I did not do any of the Milton calls. I didn't do no SWAT calls at all. To my knowledge, I have never done no SWAT calls. I have not done anything in Milton at all. I have been sticking strictly to 7-Eleven's, convenience stores, petty stuff. I do not do the swatting things. I've told Hayden many times I do not want to get caught doing that. I do not want to be involved in that. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to do any of that. And now I'm sitting here. I don't know what to tell you other than I didn't. Like, we can keep going in circles about like you have this and you have that, but genuinely I don't even believe that. I don't believe it because I did not do it. So either you're getting fed false information or proxies have been used, or genuinely like you're just trying to get like a confession out of me because I'm telling you I did not do it. And I'm not trying to say you are.
I'm not here. I'm not here for that. I'm here for confession.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say you are. I'm just saying,
because the truth is, in our world, the best thing for us is provable lies, not a confession. If we sit if we're investigating a murderer, and a murderer is giving us a story that we know to be false, that's better evidence for us than most anything else.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I'm aware.
I'm trying to give you the opportunity to put yourself in the best spot.
I'm telling you, like I can't. I'm not going to change my story.
You can question the evidence and you can question that and everything, but understand Text Now has no reason to lie to us. Discord has no reason to lie to us.
I'm aware of that.
Verizon
Okay.
has no reason.
Verizon has no reason. We just give them dates, times, and information, and they give us the
I'm
information.
aware of that.
And that's what led to, again, the one for your house, the one for your
Yeah.
arrest. That's what led to that.
I don't want to. I'm not going to change my story. You told me to tell the truth. That's what I am going to do. I'm going to tell the truth, even if the truth is not believable for you. I'm going to say the truth, and I'm going to stick by it. If it's a provable lie to you, then it's a provable lie.
No, I understand. I understand. I think you're doing what a lot of people do. You want to minimize your involvement because it can kind of put you in a better light.
I mean, I guess I technically, yeah, I guess I was involved in it back then, in the sense of being there and, like laughing about it, and like, maybe I told him to say some shit. I can't even remember because it was a year ago, and I don't do that anymore. But like, I'm telling you, like, I don't involve myself with that anymore. You can check, like you say you have logs from Text Now. You can check Text Now. I've barely even put calls since then. The only calls I've done are maybe like restaurants and like 7-Elevens, with not even within like probably the start of this year, probably like last year. Like the start of this year, like one of my New Year's resolutions was to like actually get a job and actually start going to school again. I was gonna get the papers from my school to get a job and stuff like that. This is like so random to me because I'm woken up in the middle of the night, 5 a.m. with cops knocking on my door. Like, yes, I am trying to minimize my involvement, but I'm not trying to lie here. I'm trying to tell you that my involvement was minimal. My involvement was not as big as Hayden. Bubba had, or not Bubba, what's his name? Chase had no involvement. Chase had absolutely no involvement. He wasn't even the cause for it. He had no involvement. I'm trying to tell you that I had minimal involvement. I was involved, but minimally. In the sense of I was there to watch. Maybe I might have told him to say some stuff. I can't remember. I don't have.
Okay, so that's great. That's a great start because you're in a great position right now to gain a little sympathy from the state of Florida, essentially. Okay, because this is all going to be in the hands of the state attorney's office, so it's going to have prosecutors and the state attorneys.
Am I going to have to stay in here until
to decide what's going on? Okay, so this is your opportunity to say, yes, this is what I did. I shouldn't have done this. I feel bad about whatever. Like that's what you need.
Okay, I'll tell you.
That's what we need.
I'll tell you. I'm not trying to win sympathy because, like, I've like the proof. The proof is that I'm not trying to win sympathies because I'm not just stopping now. I'm not just saying, oh, I want to stop now to gain sympathy. I've stopped this for a year now. I've stopped in the same call as him, watching him do these big swattings from a year ago. I've already been trying to improve. I sincerely apologize that I was there and I didn't say anything, and I literally just let him do that and didn't say anything about it. I apologize.
Let's stay on that good track right now. Okay. So with the Milton High School thing,
yes.
Okay, you were involved. You were laughing, whatever. Yeah. You freely admit that's what was going on during that was good night.
I was just watching.
Dig deep and think about what kind of things you maybe suggested in that call.
I think the only things I was trying to suggest are like racist stuff, like calling them but all that pressure cooker stuff.
Calling them what?
The hard on. He was like the extreme troll back then. So I was just suggesting call them the hard R. And I actually, the end of the call when he started saying this was a prank call and you guys are a bunch of stuff like that, I suggested him to say that. I was like, yo, reveal it. Call him the hard R, stuff like that. So I basically, like I said, I was there for the trolling aspect of it. I wasn't there for the actual, I didn't want to scare people. I was just there to watch him troll. That's it. And maybe even Hannah could tell you, if you've talked to Hannah already, that I did not personally do the call. And it's backed by the recording, and she was there for the recording. If anything, I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus, but if I'm comparing here, Hannah had more involvement than me. She said the school, she was there to record it. She was the one that wanted it. It wouldn't have happened if she didn't say the school didn't want it.
Why did she want it?
I couldn't tell you.
I literally couldn't tell you. There was no reason. I think maybe it had something to do with her not wanting to go to school today or something.
Was there a group that y'all were in?
Chat?
I shouldn't say a group or a chat y'all were in.
Yeah.
Why would it be a consistent thing that we've gotten several people to state that you in video chats or you in conversations would brag about using voice changing apps? You would brag about making, gaining information to anywhere you want it. That you would brag about you specifically. Okay? People are pointing at you. Okay, I want to be clear about that. They're like that you use this. You bragged in chat rooms and Discord chats about your involvement and about that you what you do and why that you do this all the time.
Okay. So about the bragging, I will admit I did brag back then, and back then it was a big deal to me. I was like, oh shit.
And you say back then it was like around the same time Milton.
Yeah, Milton. The Milton was like a big deal. Like I watched that, and I might have told people that I was like, oh yeah, I'm the one that did it. I'm the one that did it, because it was for like in the group we're in, that earns bragging rights. That type of like the field that we were in and stuff, like prank callings and they did swattings and stuff, that was like earning bragging rights. So I would brag a lot that I did it, and that would always lead to arguments with Hayden, because he would be like, no, Kant, I'm the one that fucking did it, Kant. And then I'd just be like pissing him off and stuff because it's funny. But I don't know about the bragging about using the voice changers. I've never bragged about.
Well, not a brag, but that's been talked about.
No, yeah.
That
the only thing
you've explained it to other people,
yeah,
in chats and conversations and recorded chats or whatever, that this is what you've done.
Yeah,
and showing people your screen of what you've used to do this stuff.
Oh, I never showed my screen of stuff I use, because I don't have any proxies. I don't have any of that. Hayden has like a lot of resources, a lot of proxies like VPN, virtual machine. He has all this. I literally have nothing. I maybe have like a VPN off of Microsoft Store, and that's just whenever I want to like watch Netflix from another country or something. I literally use the VPN for that only. Or like whenever like my IP gets banned from like a website, or my IP gets banned from like a game, I can turn on VPN, pop back into the game, pop back into the website.
Why would you get banned from certain games?
Because I'm on a troll. Yeah, I'd be typing louder, shit talking and stuff.
And racial slurs.
Yeah. I've been trying to get better.
I get it. Okay, that's like uncomfortable to talk about. You don't want to talk about using racial slurs.
Yeah, especially because
like I said, talk about the data we have. We've seen it all. I'm sure I promise you I haven't seen all of it, because again, there's 10,000 pages.
Yeah.
At minimum. So
yeah.
When we get downloads, they have to send us multiple downloadable files because it's just too big.
Yeah, I know.
So. But we've seen a lot of that.
Yeah.
But when I'm talking about like the things that that we know are truths that you can fess up to, essentially, makes you more credible. And that's the goal.
I'm being as truthful as I possibly can. I'm being as truthful as I possibly can. I'm not changing my story to gain sympathy here. I've already told you I admit to my involvement, in the sense that I was there to watch, might have recommended some stuff. I did not recommend him to even call this school. I'd say it'd be funny. I didn't say, hey, you should do it. I didn't say do it. I said it'd be funny. And he did it, and I was there to watch. I guess yes, I did have involvement, not in the way you think.
Did you? Okay, so let's get past enough. Let's talk about that incidents that we may have been involved in. This is I'm not the only person who looked into this investigation. Because it does span such a large area.
Yeah,
that's country, of course. So, when you start doing this stuff with IPs and everything, it obviously opens up a lot of doors and we've created a lot of bridges with other agencies.
Yeah.
Specifically, there was a conversation that we were talking about it, and you talked about where he was talking about you were gonna do SWAT some location. Whether or not you did or not,
What location?
I don't recall off the top of my head. There was another location that Hayden was talking about that we were going to SWAT another location.
I don't recall anything about him telling me to SWAT. He's asked me multiple times, like, join him in like swatting something or maybe like doing the initial call, but I've always denied. I've always said no.
Can you think of any word he suggested? Or anyone he wanted?
I mean, pretty much,
or
pretty much stuff, like most of the places he, like, I witnessed him SWAT, he'd be like, hey, you should join me. Or, you should do a call, like, on the voice changer call. And I'd be like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I'll just watch you.
Did you ever tell him you would do a location and not do it just to appease him?
No. I don't think that, to my knowledge. I'd have to probably go back. Like, yeah, I'd probably have to see if I've ever did it. I don't think I have. I'm a very, like, up and straightforward guy with him. Like, I don't beat around the bush with him. Like, if I'm not going to do something, I'd be like, no, fuck you. Like, you do it. But, yeah.
So, I guess I'm just trying to think. You're trying to pick your brain a little bit. I know you haven't really said anything in a specific location or anything.
Yeah.
I would really like for you to try to think of something. Really like for you, even if you're not 100% positive if that's what you're thinking, I'd like for you to.
So,
Because again, that's
Hannah's
information
house.
that can help you.
Hannah's house, I'm pretty sure. Lucas's house, Bubba's house,
How did
Chase's house.
people get Hannah's house address?
She actually said it in front of everyone, and he made a GIF. There was like a GIF because she put on like blackface. She put on blackface, and there was a GIF of her like dancing with like her address above her thing that was made by Hayden. I do not know what's up with people. I mean, even I did it. That's why I got swatted. I guess I just trusted him enough. But basically, yeah, it's just people telling themselves like we don't like Hayden to everyone
So
on the
you're
outside.
saying Hayden got Hannah's address?
Yes, to everyone on the outside, Hayden could seem like some expert hacker man. Really, back then, especially, he did not know what the fuck he was doing. He just slapped on VPN voice changer, boom. Like, he didn't use proxies, whatever. And yeah, he was definitely not advanced enough to find people's addresses. People just either have to say it or look through white pages. Maybe with like a phone number, full name, parents' full name, stuff like that. So basically, everyone's address that he had was given by the person themselves. For Lucas's point of view, he accidentally leaked a screenshot of basically made like a purchase, and he accidentally sent a screenshot to the group chat of the purchase, like showing the last 4 digits of his card, his phone number, and his address. And Hayden copied that quickly before he could delete it, and then reposted it in chat. And we were all like laughing, like, "Oh my god, you fucking idiot! You just leaked your address." And I guess that's where like the bullying started.
When you say bullying, what do you mean by that?
I mean,
Who
like,
would get bullied?
Lucas. He would get pizza ordered to his house. At first it was just pizza, and I think I might have participated in like doing the pizza, like Cindy's Palace or whatever, calling like pizza to his house, and basically it just led to like fire department, not done by me, police department, not done by me, suicide hotline call, not done by me. The only reason I know about all these is because this was back then the period where I was there for most of Hayden's calls, so I witnessed him do all these calls and stuff like that, and I was conscious of another bully at that point. But
What kind of suicidal hotlines? Or who?
I think like
You mentioned that a few times. That's why.
yeah.
Who
So
have you called? Who have you tried to call?
I haven't called anyone on the suicide hotline. I'm talking
What
about
were you a part of, I guess?
yeah. What was I like doing? I'm pretty sure that back then Hayden didn't know about 311. And I'm pretty sure he searched up. I'm trying to remember. I think he searched up Vancouver suicide hotlines or whatever, and he clicked on one of the first numbers he saw for one of the suicide hotlines, and he started saying like he was going to kill himself. That's what he actually did for Bubba. I wasn't there for when he swatted Bubba, because if I was there, I would have told his ass no, because I view Chase as, and by when I say Bubba, I mean Chase because that's his nickname. I view Chase as more of a friend than Hayden ever was, and like I will defend him. If I was there to see him do that fucking like SWAT call, I would have told him. Like I have threat piece. I have information on him as well. Like in my files, I literally have a whole folder on him. I have enough shit to get him like sent away for like years. So like, you know, that one time he swatted.
Folder on the computer.
Yeah, that one time he swatted me.
Do you have time on me?
Yeah, Hayden, full name. That one time he swatted me.
I was written
Hayden Alberetti. His full name.
No, it's his whole name.
Yeah. So basically, I have a whole file containing a bunch of like I don't know. I never had recordings of swattings because I was like back then, and since then, you know, I've obviously had to delete stuff in order to have space on my computer. But basically, back then, he would do numerous amount of SWAT calls and stuff like that. But basically, in the folder, it's like embarrassing screenshots of him. I'm pretty sure I had a video in there of when he was drunk. He turned on his camera. His dad actually lets him smoke weed and stuff, and his dad gives him like cocaine. Like I'm thinking
Chase.
No, not Chase, but Hayden.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hayden's dad gives him a bunch of cocaine and stuff like that. Lets him do. He's been doing one recently. I forgot what the name was. But basically, like, you know, hard drugs, basically, speed, stuff like that, alcohol. I have a video of his dad basically explaining how he lets him drink alcohol and stuff like that. And this was around the time when we were very like passive aggressive with each other, because we like he started in the group chat. He would basically collect stuff on people, right?
Where
Like
did this group chat start? Where did you all meet? Where did you all meet?
I met him in a game like 2 years ago, and I met Bubba like a couple weeks actually after I met Hayden. I met Chase on Omegle. And I guess that was the group then, and then the rest of the people just started slowly coming on from like other, like, you know, we never actually like knew it slowly built up. Like we would slowly add people, and then it became like a group.
You guys have a group name? Like some joking like all you guys were having a group name with you?
No,
That you call?
no.
Anything that was
No, we would just like name the group chat like dumb names like KKK or whatever, and like Hitler and like stuff like that. We wouldn't actually have
which is like white supremacy.
Yeah. But back to what I was saying about the folder. All you're gonna see there is really like incriminating stuff on him for like drug related things and like embarrassing photos of him and stuff like that. It's pretty much it.
I appreciate a lot of things you're telling me, and I do believe that you're trying to be upfront, like you're trying to change his ways.
Yeah, because if I was an accomplice with him, first of all, I wouldn't even trust to be an accomplice with him, because like I said, he keeps files on everyone in the group chat, so he could fuck someone over. Like even back then, I was stupid, but I was not dumb enough to do stuff with him and basically, you know, have him record and then not fuck in the future, right? I already knew that, even if I did want to do calls with him. But basically, he just keeps files on people. I started, you know, recording incriminating stuff of him, and we had this like passive aggressive friendship where it's kind of like two countries that have nukes, you know, and like they're allies, but if they have to use it against each other, they will, you know, or they're like, you know, cool with each other. I guess it kind of has like Russia and Ukraine before the war. But basically, yeah, I just would collect stuff on him. I get
Collect things to information on anybody else?
no, just pretty much on him. I mean, back then I used to like keep embarrassing photos of everyone in the group chat, because that's kind of just like the trend, like screenshotting and like bullying the person. I mean, we're all friends, but basically like it'll piss everyone off. It pissed me off. He used to post like embarrassing shit of me, and I'd get pissed, and I'd be like, stop fucking posting that, and like kept taking me from the group chat and stuff. And yeah, but I'm telling you.
Is your computer password protected from
Yeah.
when it's powered on? What's the password you get into it?
So
Okay.
I mean, if it's
Hold on. I want you to understand. Okay. This all goes on credibility. You want us to believe your story? We're going to get into it anyway, but you giving us your password is a good way to a good faith way for you to show.
because the thing is,
I'm trying to cooperate. I'm trying to.
I use that same password for like multiple other stuff. So
We're not going to. You're not going to share it out to anybody.
no, yeah, no, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that I prefer that you guys just, you don't really need the address. You unplug the hard drive, plug it into whatever. You have your own version of Windows. You can just like.
I know, but outside looking in, look from another a person who doesn't know any of us, and they look in that, and they say, okay, I understand what he's saying. He says he wants things. He's got a file that says this is the guy.
What are you,
But
what are you really
the
looking
detective
for?
says
What are you really looking for in all that, though?
your cooperation.
Okay. So
But it's questionable. If someone, if I grabbed her cell phone and said, hey, I think there's something illegal on your phone, what's the password again? So she goes, there's nothing on my phone, but I don't want you to look at it.
it's just a matter of like privacy. Like
Well, we're gonna get into
you
it
have
anyway.
nothing illegal on your phone, but would you like me seeing your phone? Like no, because you could have.
Well, we're going to get into it anyway.
I mean, yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, but like, okay, I'll tell you the directory. Okay, I'll tell you the
But
directory.
are you willing to
get
give up your password for a computer or not?
No, I'm not. Here, write this out. I'll tell you the directory exactly where to get to the stuff of hating. So there's a.
Well, it doesn't work. We don't just we don't just power on your computer and work
Yeah.
through it. Everything is pulled. The whole hard drive is pulled apart, and all the drives are independently downloaded.
Yeah,
Okay, using.
it's in a folder. It's in a folder called docs, DOX, and then there's in that folder it's hidden already.
So several other items were taken from your house. Obviously, cell phones. Is my understanding. I don't have a whole list of everything.
Wait, my parents' cell phones?
Left.
My parents' cell phones?
We're not just electronics we took from the house.
Okay.
We took
All my phone, I can
gaming
give it back.
systems. We
I
took
can
gaming
give it back.
systems. Well, that's what we're trying to. That's what we're trying to make sure.
My-
I don't 100% know everything that was taken because I have left. the
It
scene.
was in the kitchen.
Okay. So
We'll look into it so that way.
we're going to try to figure out exactly what we're going to take.
Why you don't give in your password from the computer?
Because it's just a matter of privacy, man. Like, you don't want people going through your stuff.
Well,
It's
we're
not-
going through it anyway.
Okay, I mean, yeah.
You know
have
they're
a
gonna
court
get
order.
in no matter what.
We have
Okay,
a court order
no,
to do it. Anyway.
Yeah, I know. But just do it then. That's fine. But, I mean, it is like other than my computer and phone.
No, I think I overheard him say they took some gaming systems.
Oh, my PS4. Those are dusty and old. Those are like from like years, like 3 years, 4 years back then. Yeah, it was
Anything questionable that we're going to find on any of your electronic devices? Nothing like questionable. I mean, anything that is going to be illegal. Any illegal images, anything that you picked up off the dark web, or been shared to you in something.
I don't think so.
Like that.
I don't think so.
Okay. That one's going to be there. It's going to be checked. It's going to have to check for that.
Yeah.
Okay. You know that sometimes this stuff gets searched around, especially with teenagers and teenage girls and sending images. Teenage girls send a bunch of naked images of people that qualifies. So it's better to cut it off ahead.
I don't know. I've been sent folders before, but I don't know if I have them because you're gonna see my computer's like a
Set
mess.
folders of
Like stuff like that. But my whole
stuff like young.
no,
young
not,
girl.
no.
And that's what I'm trying to clarify.
Oh,
Because we start digging through phone, we start digging through electronics, we find things.
Yeah,
a lot of times.
Hayden has scammed the guy for that once, and that was fucking disgusting. The guy actually blocked him for like a month. I told him that shit is fucking disgusting, but
I scammed the guy for what?
CP.
Foul form.
Yeah, fucking Telegram. There's nothing in Telegram. Yeah, it's fucking weird. But
When you go through it, are we going to find anything that's going to qualify as child porn?
No.
The child porn can be anything that's not an adult. And no one ever shared any new images with you, any girls that are underage that you're going to find. Again, there's context to that. That's why I'm asking.
Pam? No.
But again, like this context of that, you're 16 years old, you're 16 or 17. If another 16 or 17-year-old girl sends you images, technically it's child porn, but it's not something you're worried about. But I just want to, if that's the case, if that's the case, I'd like to let our forensic downloader person know that there may be images of juveniles, like nude or like explicit images of the juvenile.
Like I said, I wouldn't be able to tell you because my whole PC is a mess, and there's been like it's basically from like a year. So
You're saying you're pretty sure?
I'm pretty sure. Like to my knowledge, I don't think it was.
There's no, like you said, CPU was no child.
No.
Are you the only one that uses something?
Yes. That's
Any other devices in the house that is the place that they went through? I think they took 18 whole items.
18. My ex.
I don't have the list. But
I don't.
we'll
The
figure
only ones I use is my phone and my PC. All the other ones are just dusty and old, like the
out. Which
Xbox.
phone is the worst?
The one with the orange case.
One's case.
Yeah.
Do you know what kind of phone it is?
iPhone.
Do you know which version?
iPhone.
Password protected or face ID.
That's.
What's good?
I mean, I don't know.
I'm just saying, you want us to believe you and trust you. You know, these are ways that we can expedite things. These are ways we can save you time
All right.
to prove your story.
All right.
That's for your iPhone.
Give me your computer.
No,
Take
don't.
it too, bro.
Dude, just let him do it, bro. I want it to be on repeat that day.
We're going to anyway because that's
Just
part of
do it.
That's the warrant's going to cover that. When I get back to Florida, just to double check, I'm going to write separate search forms anyway, so that I'm double covered.
Yeah. I understand.
So
That's fine.
it's going to be a direction of the judge. But again, having a password
Wait, so
can expedite that process.
am I staying here until that process is done?
You're going to be expedited to Florida at some point.
I'm going to Florida?
You're going to be extradited to Florida at some point for the charge, particularly arrest charges. You didn't commit the crime because the victim is in Florida. So it's Florida courts that have jurisdiction.
So how's that working?
So the arrest warrant came out of the state of Florida.
So how's that going to work?
So you're going to have to appear in front of a judge, in Florida.
But am I staying? But am I staying like locked up in here until then? Like I have school. Like I'm already failing in school. Like I need to go to school. Like I'm fine with not having my electronics, but I can't be stuck in here. Like you can take all my electronics out, you make sure I don't do anything, stuff like that.
So there's a process for everything, right? Like
Yeah.
some of the process is above us at this point. So after we're done here today, the assistant prosecutor that's assigned to the case, at least in New Jersey, I can speak for how it works in New Jersey, the assistant prosecutor will then speak to the judge, and then the judge will ultimately make the decision whether you're going to go to a juvenile detention center or we're going to get to go home. But that's not up to us, unfortunately. It's up to the judge. So the juvenile system, at least in New Jersey, works fairly quick compared to how the adult system works.
Today, what's going to happen?
Today, the assistant prosecutor will speak to the judge today, and the judge will then determine whether or not you're going to stay for 1 night, 2 nights, or you're going to get to go home. Like, it all depends. You wouldn't stay here particularly. This is just our.
Do I get to talk to the judge, or?
You will, again, I don't want to speak about something I'm not completely familiar with, but you'll be able, the assistant prosecutor will 100% be able to speak to the judge.
Why is this happening to me? This didn't happen to Chase. Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me?
I know I have some questions. What is the main email address that you've been using for everything?
I don't remember what email I used for, that was a year ago. I don't remember the exact email I used for it. I have probably 8 different emails from compiled over years.
Okay, give me one of them.
JPR@gmail.com.
And what do you use that?
Judge Gmail.
Yeah, I was gonna start up a game plan. That's why there's a clan on it.
Okay.
But I was gonna start up like a gaming clan, and I guess it never worked out. So the
And then for the calls to the 7-Elevens, what is
I don't know. Like I said, I made the account with the number a long time ago.
Okay, what number would you use?
No. You need an email. You need to put in an email to the account in order to make an account with the number. But I haven't made any of them since like last year, I think.
I know when you mentioned, what's the Discord handle that you use?
I've had different ones, but probably around the time it was like Kage.
How do you spell that?
Kage. It was around that time.
What other ones have you used?
The one I'm currently using is Rock R-A-K.
All right.
But you obviously said you're not in any of this type of stuff anymore, right? So
No, I'm not.
That
This is
handle's
why-
kind of, hold on, sorry. That handle's kind of at this point to the side, right? So if we're looking into things and we're like, okay, you want us to believe Brad is not part of any of this, but we need to be able to fully, like, let's say ID who's who and all that, although that's already been done, but we want to hear from you. What are the other handles that, when the Milton stuff is going on, what handles are you using?
I think maybe
You say you just made that.
No, I didn't just make that.
Okay.
Back then, I'm pretty sure that's when I originally started the Raku thing. Because I've had the Raku thing. Like before then, I would go Kage, Kane, like all these different ones. And then ever since then, I had Raku, and I still have Raku now. I'm pretty sure actually in the video is being shared around the school. It has my handle on it because I'm actually the one that like put together the video.
Okay.
I'm the one that like put together the video and like showed
Like the collage video?
Yeah, the collage video. Like basically Hayden would just send me like news sources that covered it, and I put it to editing software, like put it all together and stuff like that.
And you were the one that put Hayden's voice at the end of the video that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're very familiar with it.
Yes.
When you would call 7-Eleven,
Yeah.
obviously you said that it was easy to convince them to do stuff because they could hear your voice. You sound very like proper. You
Yeah.
can
Basically not in like I said.
right, and you can make them believe like, oh, okay, this guy's serious. So you would speak very proper and all that. You didn't need to use the voice spoofing thing that you have on your.
No, back then I did, because my voice was like squeakier, so they wouldn't believe me. They'd have trouble believing me, so I'd put on like my voice a little bit deeper and be like, "Hi, this is John calling from 7-Eleven Corporate in the Vancouver area."
But you said that you'd be using your voice for that.
Yeah, like the pitch down.
Okay. So, in what occurrences would you be using the voice? The voice.
Pretty much just for all the prank calls I did. That's pretty much it. And to troll my friends, like to just like hear it into the mic, like get close to the mic, just like put on a voice changer and just like scream really loud.
So I definitely, from what I'm understanding and what I've been listening, I really believe a lot of what you're saying. Okay, I know you want to change, you want to do well. We were talking about this, right?
I have been changing.
And you were talking about it in the car. I believe it. No, you're trying to do better for yourself. Okay, we all do. I mean, I see your parents. I see my parents. They came to this country to do better. So I want to do better for them. And I would assume that you would too.
Yeah.
Okay. But being better is also taking accountability. I know. Listen to me. Doing better is taking accountability. As hard as it could be.
Yeah.
You're telling me you use racial slurs, things that are uncomfortable to talk about.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that you're doing that. But we've also done this job for a really long time. And the detective here came from Florida to come speak to you. It comes to a point where this is serious.
Yeah, I'm.
Okay? We wouldn't be knocking on your house the early morning that we did if this wasn't serious.
Yeah, no, that's why I just like.
Homework was done. And I want you to understand that.
Yeah.
A lot of homework was done from several
Yeah, it's been a
agencies
year.
here. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's not just centered about one event.
Yeah.
We're giving you the chance to talk about one event because I think that's probably the easiest, I think, at the moment. But we want you to be able to. I appreciate you even telling us right now about you're the one that compiled that video. You're finally talking about a little bit more of your participation, one that we already knew.
Yeah.
We knew that you did that already.
Yeah.
But you're opening up to allow us to see, okay, you're actually giving us more information that makes us believe that you're truthful.
Yeah, and like
Okay. But
Shows
we,
your sincerity.
yes.
Yeah, but-
and we appreciate that.
about the callings, I literally did not. I swear on my life, I swear I swear to God, like.
So if it wasn't your callings, what else was your participation in Hamilton?
Okay.
I don't want to hear that you just watched and you laughed, because we don't believe that. Okay. We know there was more to it. You gave ideas, you said, oh, maybe you should do this, but there was more to it. And I think it's important for you to be honest with yourself, honest with us.
Being honest.
I'm not sure if it's embarrassing, but I think it's important for you to be honest.
I am being honest. Like, if you brought up if you questioned me about a certain thing, I'd be able to tell you. But genuinely, like from my understanding, like. Because like he said about like him asking me to do something, like I wouldn't even remember that if he didn't bring it up. But I still don't even remember it. But the fact that he brought it up, good.
Why would you wait until the point for us to have to bring everything up, right? Like,
Because the thing is, I don't remember too much from it, right? I don't remember
find
too
that
like the specific details. Like if, for example, if Hayden asked me to do that, or if Hayden asked me to do this, or if he did that, like I wouldn't be able to remember that off the top of my head unless he brought it up. But I'm telling you, the major stuff that you're looking for here, like that's just small details, but the major stuff you're looking for here, like I swear to you, I did not do any of the callings.
okay, if you did not do callings,
Yeah.
what did you do? Because you're very adamant
Yeah.
that you didn't make callings.
Yeah, because it's
Okay.
like, yeah.
So you're adamant about
Yes.
that. Okay, I get that. But then there was other things you did do. I'm not sure if I'm not even gonna go down the list because I want you to talk for yourself.
Yeah.
But you were very much a participant.
Okay, I made the video. I watched. I gave recommendations.
What kind of recommendation were you?
Like
And I want you to be honest.
I'm being honest. Like
Okay.
saying the hard R. Let me think. Close. Saying, oh yeah, I remember. Saying like he's gonna throw the pressure cooker bomb at like, black kids or whatever.
You gave that idea to say that?
Yeah, I gave the idea.
Okay.
It was mainly just stuff like focused, like it wasn't. It was just a troll to me. It was like all a troll to me. I didn't
I
actually.
understand it was a troll, but these are
Yeah.
things that were said, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what other things were you saying? Or ideas that you were giving?
That's all I can remember. Like I was mainly silent for most of it. Because I didn't want to keep interrupting him while he was doing this call.
So is it almost safe to assume that while he was on the phone, you were simultaneously on the other line, like feeding him information? So like he was making the call, I'm going to do this, and you're still there telling, oh, say this and add this. Like you're helping him add to the phone call.
Not in the words he was saying about walking around. That was all his idea, saying he's walking around the campus with an AR.
Right. No, so I don't think I'm being clear with my question. So as he's making these phone calls, these swatting calls,
Yeah.
you're let's say, I don't want to say a conference call because you've been doing that, but you're live with him saying,
Yeah,
oh, add this.
Yeah.
Add this to the phone call.
Yeah.
Don't forget to mention this. So you're
No, not don't forget to
Okay,
mention
maybe
this.
not.
Like, I didn't give him. I wasn't telling him like information.
Right.
That was all between Hannah and him about like where she's at. She was saying it. She was like whispering into her thing like,
Okay.
oh, I'm in the.
But
band.
again, you were part of he was the one using his words to the police and to schools or whatever the case may be. But you were live with him, helping and giving him information of what else to add. I mean, you just mentioned the pressure cooker.
That's like broad though. Because like I wasn't telling him to say like add stuff on, like saying, oh, I'm also gonna walk in there and like kill everyone.
Okay.
I wasn't
You
saying
were
that.
offering suggestions.
Right.
So
Thank
those
you.
are
I think
things
that's-
that-
Yeah, I was offering suggestions.
What
Mainly.
happened in that call that day? What happened?
The day that call was made, basically the school, as you can imagine, went into what we would call like a lockdown.
Yeah.
When that happens, all the school functions in the entire school district of, let's say, 80,000 students in the school district or whatever, all ceases.
Yeah.
Buses don't move. All schools are locked down. A extremely large presence of law enforcement showed up to the school, like probably in the upwards of 100 police officers and state law enforcement rapidly showed up to the school. So when that happens, it's more than just an inconvenience.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Yeah,
Okay. And when we talk about the response to something like that, it's not just the getting to that incident. Because this has happened in other states where, for instance, someone, like a suicide call. Someone calls the suicide line and says, so-and-so is suicidal, they want to kill themselves. And let's say that, the police show up at the door, they encounter a bad scenario, and they end up killing a victim, an innocent person, by accident, because they had no reason to be there. It's the same reason as, in this instance, you have 100 law enforcement officers trying to race to one location because they think that, 10,000 students are now in danger of someone who's actively engaging in a mass killing or is going to engage in a mass killing. And let's say that officer gets in a bad car accident and kills a 2-year-old in a car. These are all scenarios that have happened when these calls are made, which is why it is so serious. So that day, it creates a lot of havoc.
That's
for a lot of people.
That's something I've realized recently. Like it's just
And again, going back to you're being very stereotypically vague. If that makes any sense to you, with people that in place that you want us to give you specific information because you're fishing information, you're wondering what information you really have. You're doing a lot of that. That's why you're being independently vague. So every time we give you a little bit more information, you add just a little bit more detail.
Because look, I've already told you, like, the foundation of it is.
So I said, think really hard outside of Milton. Let's just talk about something. Let's give you an opportunity to prove your sincerity. Think real hard and think of specific places where other calls were made, or at least where other calls were talked about. That's what's going to show your unless this is like a thing where it's just like throwing out hundreds of schools on a daily basis, or malls instances. I don't care.
That's what he at least did, like a swatting, like back then, and do like once every day or once every 2 days, no matter what it was. If it was
okay, so just give me some
random school.
Right, give me some information.
No, yeah,
give
I already told you the motive was because him, right?
From Milton.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you just did some random like schools.
Like what?
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
Are there any random schools around the same time that Milton High School? Was there any other places that you called that?
That I called?
You, Hayden, whoever, the group?
Hayden? No, I don't think so. At least that he didn't mention me.
I don't think so.
I don't because I can't say it as a fact because I don't.
You think he could have called another place?
Oh, he could have. Yeah, he could have called whoever. He could have called wherever. I'm not gonna say yes or no because I genuinely don't know. Because I'm not like I said, even back then I wasn't there for everything.
That's the independent that you're talking about. So we know we're talking about one instance, okay? What I said was that's not the only reason I'm here. I'm here because that turned into this, 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 and this is all my jurisdiction that happened.
Yeah.
All in a short time. That's why this has become what it's become.
I guarantee.
This starts here, and we're here where we've got information here, and we understand your play. But we know there was some more that you were aware of. And you're not giving us that information.
I tell you, if you start naming off places in Milton other than Milton, like the actual school, I will not know what you're talking about because I don't know if he did any other calls. I do not know if he did any other calls. The only call that I'm aware of that he did in Milton was to Milton High School. I left like shortly after he did that call as well.
Are you aware of any other calls to Milton High School?
Any further calls other than that? No, I'm not.
Anything that continued from that incident or after that incident?
With Milton? No, I'm not aware of any of that.
Any other businesses or houses in Milton?
He swatted hands. I'm pretty sure the call was about a dog getting shot or something. And I'm pretty sure that was the call for in his house. That was, I already mentioned before that he did SWAT in his house.
Said something about a dog being shot.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just tell us all you remember from that, or remember some more details.
He said something along the lines of some guy shot my dog or something, and that I'm about to like shoot the guy that shot my dog, and like something about like a neighbor, like the neighbor that shot my dog or whatever, and I'm about to like go to the next door and like shoot the neighbor or something.
So why did you bring that up a half hour ago?
Because you were talking.
I told you fish your brain for anything. Just talk.
I was okay.
Just tell us about it.
I'm nervous. You know, like my brain's all over the place right now because like I'm in this situation.
Well, we've opened up this box,
Yeah.
so you should be. There's things in your head right now that should be going through there. Stop wondering what we already have.
No, I'm not.
Okay. He needs to use the restroom.
I don't.
Let's take a break since your dad's going to take a break as well. Do you want something to drink?
Yeah, do you want more?
So water, juice.
I just want to go. I never wanted to go to school more.
I don't want to stay here.
I want to step out real fast.
Sure.
I'm not trying to fish for information. If I'm doing it unconsciously, then I apologize. But I'm not trying
That's
to.
fine. We'll talk about that all when your dad comes back and we all okay? So if you want, just take a couple of minutes to just, you said your brain is all over the place. So just take a deep breath and, try to sort some stuff out. Okay? Do you need it wants to.
I'm not.
Just so you guys know, everything's still being audio and video recorded. So although we're not in the room, it's still running. Okay?
right.
I just wanted to let you know.
Very nice. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Yes, we never. I stepped in all of the cars. I'm pretty sure that shit that they're talking about making some of the videos. I don't think the judge gets me right. I don't do anything. He's like, well, but if you tell me anything, I don't know what to tell them anymore because I'm telling them I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't fucking do it. I genuinely didn't do it. I'm about to get fucking charged for something I didn't even do. Hindi ka kulang, takay Australian. I didn't do any of it. You know I didn't do any of it. You know, I'm getting fucked. I know I'm getting fucked for it. I told you that I wasn't no good. I haven't done anything though. I don't know what I did. Don't tell me ready to talk. Don't tell me ready to talk. Don't tell me we're ready to talk. I'm not going back home today. I never thought of anything. I don't even do anything. I don't do drugs. I don't do nothing, man. I'm making good of some tough shit.
Señor.
Era por si había que tocarle para que entrara.
No, estamos esperando para alguien y para poder seguir, ¿ok?
No quiero, él no sale, él no tiene amigos en la vera, él no va ni a la calle, mi mamá que va después bien. Yo puedo a veces
Como le explico y como su hijo ya ha entendido, si fuera por mí, mi decisión puede ser diferente, pero yo ni he hecho esa investigación, es ya con otro estado. Nosotros solamente estamos acá para facilitarlo, pero ya ahora la fiscal tiene que hablar con el juez, no soy yo. Entonces, yo sé que usted me está diciendo todo eso. Ella se llama Lisa Ledoux. Ella va a ser encargada de hablar con el fiscal.
Muy bueno.
Con el juez, gracias.
Me dio un papá, me le den otra vez, yo me lo llevo para casa y él ya confesó que no fue él que hizo la llamada.
Pero aunque él habló, todavía hay un orden de arresto. No quita que él no va a estar arrestado, ¿ok? Porque así no funciona tristemente el sistema. Okay.
¿Y a qué hora ella ve fiscales?
Yo tengo que todavía seguir el procedimiento de todo el papeleo porque no he podido hacer eso. Empezamos ya, hicimos la huella, las fotos, entonces ya necesito escribir unas cosas más para poder mandárselo al fiscal.
A ver, por favor, usted me eche la mano conmigo para que me lo suelten.
Como, ay no, señor, tristemente no tengo decisión. Yo apenas soy un detective muy bajo comparado de todo el mundo que está sobre mí, ¿ok? Sí.
Él ya se confesó que no fue él el que hizo la llamada.
Dame un momento, voy a chequear en qué estamos esperando. No, you're fine.
What am I charged?
So, some charges are basically it's under a fraud charge, and basically under a fraud charge, but basically like false reporting, a mass killing, or right, that's fraud crime, and basically I've done like that's something disrupting public school.
What's the second?
Well, we don't get to choose that. That's far beyond us.
No,
That's
can you at least tell me like what the average sentence is for that? It has to be like some average sentence.
I honestly don't know. The reason I don't know is
Oh,
because
he tell you who did it.
They know that he did it, but they also think that I did it too. So I don't know what to tell because I didn't. I'm telling you everything you want to know. I'm telling you everything you want to know. I'm telling you who did it. Like if I have to sell him out so I can continue living my life normally like I was before, then I will sell him out because I did not do it. If I'm going to get charged for something he did, then I'm not allowing that to happen.
that's why we want to talk about other places.
Santa's house, Milton, some other schools maybe, I don't know.
About outside this incident that we're at the Milton High School, or outside of like anywhere else. I don't care where it is. I don't care if it's in California. Anywhere else you can think of, any locations.
He says he did a lot. I wouldn't be able to tell you specifically this
I
school.
want to know about ones that you might know about.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. The ones I know about, I'm telling you.
Anything that you think you may come back if you associate with it.
With me associated?
Yeah. Anything you recall?
He did the one in the house. He sent it to
Yeah, he sent it to
in
me.
my house. The guy.
Yeah, I already told him.
Okay.
It ones that I was there to witness and could have been like involved with. I don't make serious. I don't know.
We've been focusing on Florida a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
the U.S.
I'm
The
thinking
U.S. is a
about-
very, very big.
Yes, I'm
country.
thinking about
Lots of
everywhere.
states.
I'm thinking about everywhere.
Let's narrow it down.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go very broad, and
Yeah.
then depending on what you say, then we'll start getting more specific
Okay.
with the information. All right.
Okay.
So if we threw out New York, is there any place that you can
Yes.
think of?
Yes.
Of a place in New York.
Yes.
Okay. What was swatted?
Yes.
What was swatted, or prank calls, or what happened in New York?
Okay. I'm pretty sure he called precincts in New York.
Okay.
He called a bunch of precincts in New York.
Were you ever a part of those?
No, I wasn't there. I wasn't there from. But I remember he told me about like calling precincts in New York, and
What was the context of those calls?
I'm pretty sure he was trying to like Times Square, like something in Times Square. I don't know what the motive was. All I know is that he called precincts in New York, Times Square. That's all I know.
Do you know when those calls may have taken place? Like time frame? Roughly, it doesn't have to be exact.
Maybe like mid to early 2022.
All right, so that's good. So we've got New York. Okay, let's move to New Jersey. Anything in New Jersey that may have been
He I mean,
Contact.
obviously he called my police department because I had like I was swatted. Other than that, I'm not sure.
any schools in New Jersey? Since there was a school in Florida?
Now that I'm aware.
No. What about any like, churches or
Yeah.
houses of
He
worship?
hates Jewish people. Synagogues.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
Synagogues. I was actually there for. Okay, now it just seems like I'm
Okay,
fishing.
see? And
No,
this is-
no, but the thing is-
and again, you said your head is filled with a lot of information, and maybe you do need a little bit of a push.
Yeah, but I just don't want to seem like I'm
this
fishing.
isn't-
I don't
this-
want to seem like I'm fishing because I'm really not.
We're not. Let us figure that out. Okay.
Yeah.
What we're trying to do is have you give us the information,
Yeah.
so we're not giving it to you.
Okay, so synagogues.
Okay. So if he doesn't like Jewish people, synagogues. Okay. Do you know where?
No. He just prank calls synagogues. I think I watched him once, but it was more of like a lighthearted prank, I think, where we called the synagogue with like EDM music in the background, saying we're having like a rave, like a rave in the synagogue or whatever, talking about like touching kids or whatever. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to explain. Maybe I don't know, some time it's once in time.
I just wanted to do a watch.
For him, it was a lighthearted one where he called in saying like he was doing like a rave, like a weekend rave.
Do you know what usernames were used during that call?
The Discord usernames?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Do you know how many people were on that call?
I'm pretty sure it's just me, him, and someone else. I don't know the third person, but there was a third person.
Okay. Was it someone who was typically on the calls with you, or fairly new
Like
person?
I said, I don't know. I remember it was me, him, and someone else.
How many times would you call the synagogues?
I don't know. That's the only one that I saw. But he would talk about it often. Like every time he'd do one.
Did he ever mention any other states that he called, or
Maybe hospitals.
okay?
I think he called hospitals in Vancouver.
Any in the U.S.?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he actually called one in Vancouver because he found out a way to get to 911 because you can't get to 911 in Vancouver. You can't do like 911 on text now. So he figured out a way. Basically, what he'd do is he'd call the hospital and says he needs to be transferred to like 911, and then basically he'd call the hospital and get transferred to 911. But I didn't actually see him ever do like hospital calls. He just told me about the method of how he gets to the dispatch instead of like calling the local police department. So it's more like realistic.
Okay, so we've got other precincts,
Yeah.
other houses of worship, and now hospitals.
Yeah.
Okay. You see, things are starting to come along here.
Yeah.
So, what else can you think of that he's mentioned to you that you may have participated?
I didn't participate in any of those. Those were just he was telling me. I guess the synagogue.
I ask you that way because you said before that you didn't participate in anything else. But then you just said, probably about 2 minutes ago, that when he called the synagogue, you were part of that, along with the third person that you can't identify.
Yeah, I was a part of that in the way, like
And
the way that
I think what we're probably losing here is by saying participating in a call, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're the one who placed the call.
Yeah.
You're the one making the statements to the people.
Yeah.
It's just being on a call, like being able to
Like,
listen and
watch.
understand like what is being said to these people.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's when we're saying participating.
Okay.
That's what we.
Okay, yeah. So yes,
Okay?
I did.
Just so we're all clear
Yeah.
that that's how.
So
we're
the synagogue
referring
one, I participated in that sense.
Okay. Is there any reason why he would say that you were going to swap school in New Jersey?
Me?
Yeah.
That I was going to do it?
Mhm.
I don't even recall that at all. I never.
No, is there any reason why he would make a comment like that? Like, my friend's going to swap a school in New Jersey.
No.
Did you ever talk about any schools with him in New Jersey? Because you said he's in Australia,
He knew
right?
the middle school I went to.
What middle school was that?
And Oakland.
Do you know if they ever received any swatting calls?
No, because I was homeschooling. I wasn't going to university at that time.
Do you remember ever seeing any conversations about a school being swatted in New Jersey?
No. He may have swatted a school in New Jersey, maybe like a random school or something like that. But
Okay.
I don't recall.
Okay, what would make you say that?
I mean, because if you're asking the question, that obviously means that he probably.
No, don't. I'm asking you a question.
Yeah, and I'm answering.
If you're aware of it, it doesn't.
I'm not aware of it.
It could have happened. It couldn't have happened.
Yeah,
that's that's the point of.
I'm
this
not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not aware of it, but I am not doubting that he could have. Like, if you ask me any place, like, oh, could he have done a swatting? Did he do a swatting in Alaska? I'd be like, I'd tell you the same thing. I don't know, but he could have. He most likely could have. He just did swattings everywhere, so I wouldn't be able to tell you unless I was, unless he told me about it, or unless I was, in the call when he did it. So that's what I'm saying.
So when you would have these conversations with him, what was the nature of it? I mean, would you just jump on calls and start swatting or pranking people, or would you have like some sort of?
I don't know. We'd be playing, talking, and we'd just like maybe get bored or whatever, and then he'd be like, "Oh, time." I felt he was swollen or something, or something. Like he'd hop onto do his phone or something and say like, "Bored as fuck." Unless it was like pre-planned, like the Milton one was like pre-planned, like he already had that planned out. But like it would be kind of just like on the fly. He wouldn't really have a plan. He just like, you know.
And how would he pick the locations that he would go swat at?
Completely random, unless it was like directly affiliated with someone in a group chat. Like for example, like Chase, his house was swatted because it was Chase. I was swatted because it's me. And school was swatted because of Panda. But
Aside from that are on the call.
he would just randomly pick it.
Okay, do you know how he would pick them?
Like Google Maps.
Just do a Google
go on
search?
Google. No, like you go on Google Maps, scroll into like a state, and then just type in the top left, like whatever he's looking for, like high school, hospital, whatever. And then he'd be like looking in the area of it, just picking a random school.
Any colleges or universities that you're aware of that you may have
City,
swat?
colleges. I don't think so. I don't think so.
You were still looking for high schools or hospitals or whatever. Was there any other, anything more specific? Let's see. Anything more specific as to, like in the search bar, would you just be looking for just high schools, or was there anything specific that you could have been looking for?
It was just random. It was
within that high school.
It was just random, to be honest. He would do just different places. Just a school and either type high school, hospital, or something like that. Just type it in there and look around. I don't doubt he's, maybe done calls in Alabama and New Jersey because he tended to do that a lot. With like, because we live there, I don't know why, but he would just scroll in and just like call in that area for nothing, and like no reason at all. But I wouldn't be able to tell you what calls he's done there.
As far as where you're from, what information did you provide?
This was like this is like the first 8 months. So like I was just showing you my area and stuff. Like that.
So what information did you give you?
Just like my area.
So
but
you live in New Jersey?
no. Like on Google Maps, I'd go around and be like, oh yeah, this is like my area, and I would like tell him saying, oh, I live around here, and then he ended up finding like. He is like when it was snowing outside, like I showed him out my window and he went on Google Maps and he was able to find the exact location off the window.
So you never provided him
where my actual
complete address.
I thought earlier you had mentioned that a friend in Florida he created a meme with her or a GIF with her address on top.
Huh?
You had mentioned earlier that your friends, you guys would do that with Hayden.
Yeah,
Hayden would do that, and that you guys would do that. It was kind of like just a joke because you had mentioned you even did that yourself. And you did your address.
No, I didn't do gifts first. That was just Hayden. Maybe Chase participated. It would just be like the group chat really making the gifts. Like I just wake up one random day and see the gifts being posted.
But you had previously mentioned that you made those. You made one of yourself.
No. I made the Milton the video. I didn't make the GIF.
Well, that's acceptable.
Did you ever do any gifts of yourself and send them?
Yeah, I know the ones you're talking about. No, that was them. That was them. They did that pretty well.
What was Hayden's handle on Discord?
Back then?
Sure.
Question mark maybe? It was either a blank name or question mark.
Who else was in
like
this?
Not like a question mark, like the actual spelling of question mark.
Okay. Who else was in this in the Discord chat? I know you mentioned yourself.
For Milton?
Sure. We can go with that.
Hannah, me, and Hayden.
Who else?
I think just me, Hannah, and Hayden. It was in the group chat though, but it was in the call. Nobody else was in the call at the time.
Okay. In regards to other events, by sound of everything, there were multiple people. There was multiple calls with multiple people in this Discord chat that you were part of. Okay. There's no question asked about that. Who typically would be, besides the one that you've already mentioned, in the Discord chats? Who else is part of this group? Or was part of
around that time? Sure.
Hayden, Chase, Lucas, maybe some guy named Neon.
Neon handle, or it's his name?
That's a alien. Yeah, so it's alien. Yeah, and I don't. It was like 10 people, and most of those people I talked to.
Who's Neon?
Neon was a mutual friend of yours. I never got through him. He's gone. I haven't heard from him like forever.
What about Alien? Who's Alien?
Alien is also another mutual friend of Hayden's. They used to like work together. I don't know. They used to do like some sketchy shit. Like he wouldn't tell me how they were making money, but he wouldn't tell me how. He would be like, "Oh, Alien's gonna get pissed at me if I tell you." So it's probably some illegal shit that they were doing to make money. But, yeah.
So it seems like you specifically have been connected to other events, right? When besides just Milton, in other states, mass events, okay, just like Milton. These aren't events that you would just forget about. It's not a 7-Eleven call. It's not like silly. Hold on, let me get through what I'm trying to say. It's not like 7-Eleven. It's not the silly. Hey, this is corporate calling. These are serious events, right? I think you could attest that. These are pretty serious. So it's really, these events are kind of hard to forget. If Hayden does them on a daily basis, from what you're saying, I get that it will be hard for him to remember. But you seem like you're someone that comes from a good family, that means well. So these events would be memorable for you because these, although they were frequent, you didn't actually mean harm.
I guarantee if you mention any other event other than like Milton or like the major events I've talked about, I would not like either remember or it's not a part of it.
But
probably
things show that you were part of it. So I'm not making a mistake.
Well,
None of us are really.
Well, can you tell me like what I'm a part of though? Like what other than Milton? Because I guarantee you I was not part of it. Like I wasn't, and by a part of it, I mean like I wasn't even in the call because I would have remembered it. I would have remembered that I was a part of it. I remember Milton because it was a big thing, but anything else was also was a big thing. I'm not even saying I would remember because I would remember. I'm just telling you I definitely was not a part of it then.
All right, I'll give you one.
Yeah.
Northeastern University.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what that is.
No, I don't know where it is.
You don't know it. But I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know what that is.
You don't recall.
No, I do not.
Even talking.
No, I do not.
That one?
I do not know what a Northeast University is. Where is that?
Boston.
I've never even seen it called in Boston.
When you guys would, because I'm trying to picture in my head kind of what's going on, and the way you're making it sound is like if all of us here in a group are in this chat group and we're all into swatting or making prank calls, we're all sitting around talking on video chats and we're just talking about places that we could do the best of people. Okay, that's kind of in my head what's going on. When locations would be chosen, Milton, we understand. If you were choosing another location, what would draw you to a location, or what information would you look for to make it like a more credible?
Just asking. I don't know what the thought process is for choosing locations. It just does it.
Did you play a part in finding out any information about any of these locations?
Which locations?
Any of them? Anyone that you've thought about or been a part of?
Other stating like Milton, I was just stating this. Because it wasn't even me giving him the information. It was just kind of
outside of that.
Yeah.
Anything that any other ones you've been a part of, like what kind of information would you seek to make that?
Not too much. No, I'm serious.
And this could be, and I go, this could be real simple. Like for instance, if I called I called a mall, you know, and I don't live in that state and I don't live in that country or whatever. And I said, I'm at the Foot Locker, and there's not a Foot Locker at that mall. You'd have to know that. So you'd have to research something to know that something's there. Did you play a part, or have you ever...
Did I help with research?
Anything like that about anyone? Or when you guys were sitting around having these conversations, talking about places...
To my knowledge, no. He did his own research.
What was all talked about?
To my knowledge, no. He did his own research, and yeah, he never really asked me for help with researching.
Do you know what kind of research you would do?
I guess just basic stuff like if he had like a source, like, you know, ask for questions, stuff like that. If it's like a mall, for example, if he were to do a mall, what he would do is probably look on Google Maps, and you can usually see the stores within the mall if you look at
Listen, I just use that as an example.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like he would do that himself.
It seems like these conversations was like you have enough like information that you're able to share details
Yeah.
about ideas about things that could have happened and things. So it's clear that like it was more than a conversation. It was more than just a simple text message.
No, it wasn't a text message. It was a voice.
You know what I'm saying? But it was more than that. It was more than just like the random conversation. It was like these were in-depth conversations with a lot of people talking about doing these things. And that's why we're talking. That's why we're trying to get you a little bit.
I don't know. Thousands, like tens of thousands, like you said, like tens of thousands of stuff has been written in the group chat. I will not be able to remember a specific instance where they talked about a specific swatting.
Okay. In regards to, so there was like he hated Jewish people and you mentioned the synagogues.
Yeah.
Was there any other places that were religious based that you remember talking about? Anything in regard to any kind of religion?
No. I would think he would do a mosque though. I wouldn't be surprised if he would do a mosque.
Why?
I mean, he hates Jewish people. He hates Muslim people. He's kind of just racist, but he's kind of just like action racist. Like me, as a joke on the internet, like I guess it's still considered racist, yeah. But like I'm not actually racist. I actually hate people. But I wouldn't be surprised if he did a call to a mosque. But I have never heard him talking about a call to a mosque or any other place of worship. Really. I don't think he did it to a church. He kind of respects Christians.
He respects Christians.
Yeah, I guess that aligns more with his views, I guess.
Wow.
Yep. I just want to go back home.
Like, did you have something you were trying to ask, Dad?
Huh?
Did you have something you were trying to ask?
No, he's being judged, right? For he say he didn't do the code. He's telling you who did the code. So what's going to happen now?
Well, what I want him to understand, I guess it's pretty important for you to understand, is understand the context of it.
Yeah.
If you robbed a bank, and just because you weren't the one who walked inside the bank, the money out of the drawer, but you were sitting in the car waiting to drive away, you're just as guilty as the guy that walked in the bank.
Yeah, but I wasn't helping him in any way coverage. That's like that analogy doesn't.
But you were a part of it.
I was.
Okay?
That's
but
like.
You have to but you got to take responsibility and understand that you were a part of it.
I was. Yes, I will say.
Just because you're not the one whose voice was on the thing, you were a part of that.
Yeah, but I okay. So, for example, if he never mentioned about swatting Milton, that was his idea, right? I wouldn't have ever been like, hey, yeah, swat Milton, bro. Go do it, right? So I would never bring up the idea of SWAT in general, even for my own entertainment or whatever. I wouldn't do that. So if he swats Milton, yes, I did watch, but I would like, I'm not the one endorsing him to do it, and I'm not the one that's gonna help him cover his tracks. I'm not the one I'm not gonna help him if he gets fucked, because that's his choice. I was just there to watch. It's like.
But you also told two different scenarios. In one sentence, you said that Milton High School was a last-minute thing that was Hannah's idea, But then in another scenario, you also said you knew about Milton because it was a planned out thing.
Yeah, it was a planned out thing.
So that's two different things.
Because-
I mean, someone saying, "Oh, I just went out of school, so swap my school real fast," versus we planned this out.
No, because Hannah said that before actually going to school. She said she was in the call that morning, I'm pretty sure, like around 6 or 7 a.m. in a group call with me, Hayden, and her. Right, and she already said she didn't want to go to school, and that was already going to happen, and it happened. The reason why it happened at that specific time is because it was planned for that specific time. She said when it was going to the band room, she was going to be in the band room. It wasn't like a last effort. It wasn't like on the fly thing. Like he does that. Like that was actually planned. That was planned.
Which you took part of.
And you were a part of that call, which was planned.
I was in the.
So you just didn't stumble upon, reaching out to Hayden that day, and it's like, oh, we're gonna
No.
have a swatting call.
No, I was there. But the thing is, I was there, but I'm not the one telling him to do it. That was Hannah telling him to do it, and Hayden, did it.
But
But
again, what we're saying, you're still
there.
participating.
That's participating in it. That's being.
Even though, like I said before, you may not say anything on the call. You may not have been the one, who put the group together to make the call, but you were a part of the call. Being a part of the call means you're participating.
Okay, then in that sense, yes, I was participating since what we were doing. I knew it. I feel like if Hayden was going to swat Hannah and Hannah didn't want it, then I would have probably been. But that was between them two. That was honestly between them two. I wasn't going to take part of it in the sense of actually calling. But that was between them two. At that point,
But realize you could have been like, I don't want to be part of this, and not even participate by being on the phone.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting better from.
So even if it wasn't your idea, and even if all these scenarios that you're bringing up, you could have been the person to just be like, I don't want to be part of it.
100%. That's
So
what
you
I'm
were,
saying.
and that's why we're here.
Yeah, that's 100%. I agree with that, and that's what I've been telling you recently. He's he obviously still does swatting and stuff like that. I don't ask about it. He just tells me, "Oh, I just swatted a place with," and he's doing.
When was the
this.
last time you communicated with him? Just like that.
That's okay.
The last time I communicated with him? I still talk to him.
Okay.
I still
So yesterday?
Yeah.
Is that safe to say?
I think 2 days ago, actually. I don't think it was 2 days ago, but I still talk to him. I don't participate in the way that you guys are talking about. I don't participate
At
at
the
all.
moment.
Like, I haven't done it for a while, a long time. Probably since like around that time. I haven't like been in a call.
So Milton happened in
Valentine's
February
last year.
of 2022. Okay, so are you saying that's the last time that
Around that time.
you participated or you were involved in any type of swatting?
Around that time, I think that's when we stopped. But I'm pretty sure. What I know for sure is I definitely stopped after the start of this year because, like I said, one of my New Year's resolutions was to not do that shit anymore. So,
That's a long
That was just
time.
2 months ago.
yeah, I know. But I genuinely don't think I was a part of any before that. I was thinking about it for months.
I want you to be honest.
I am being honest. I
You're
swear.
not.
How can you tell me that? How can you tell me I'm not being honest?
About stuff between Milton up until we're just gonna say you made your New Year's resolution.
What other things have I done? I don't like. I haven't done
Do
anything.
you remember when the swatting happened at your house?
Yes.
What month was that? Roughly.
I don't remember. I know they came from machine gun and everything but that was Gutenberg police department.
I don't.
They came.
Sometimes what helps people remember, okay, was it hot outside, cold outside, or something else? But I want you to try to remember, right?
I'm sorry.
That
You
one,
can check the record.
He didn't know. That one he didn't know about it.
Yeah, I was
He
surprised.
did it for him. Like the guy in
Australia.
in
Okay.
Australia,
That's fine.
he made that call. then he tell the most people.
Okay,
think
so
they-
Milton happened in February. Then spring came, summer came.
Within the last couple
fall
months, I
came.
think.
So within the last few months, as of
Okay, this is a good way to remember. Were you in school or out of school?
Was he going to school?
No, he was
No,
home.
you.
Oh.
You. Were you in school or out of school? Because
I think
you're saying this only happened.
This is before I started in school again. So when did I start going to school? What was it?
I remember, brother.
Oh.
I remember. Was
You
it?
should remember
I-
when you've been
Because
going.
he been homeschooled like for 2 years. He was homeschooled before the COVID. Then COVID came and was in the internet.
Okay. So did the swatting call happen when you were in high school or when you were in grammar school?
Oh, when he was in Anaclean.
Okay. Because the records that I have is when you were in North Bergen High School,
North Bergen High School.
when you were swatted.
Yeah? How about
This is a recent event.
I don't remember the month.
Do you remember Gothenburg Police Department showing up at
Yes,
your house?
Gothenburg Police.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was in September
September
of last year.
last year. Maybe.
September last year, and he was in high school already.
You were in high school.
So believe me, I thought that he was still in the.
Okay, so was there another time that Hayden swatted you at the house?
I think did it happen twice. I don't know.
Only one
I-
time, I think.
Like that.
Okay, so from when Milton happened
Yeah.
to when that swatting incident happened at your house, how often would you say you communicated with Hayden?
I blocked.
You had it blocked?
Yeah.
For how long?
I think like 2 weeks to it can be anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months. I don't know. I blocked him a lot.
What would cause you to block him?
I don't know. He'd be making threats against me,
Okay.
like threatening to swat me and stuff like that. And it would all like he was the one that would take it a step further. Like we start an argument, he'd take it a step further to the swatting. I'd be like, all right, I'll get your dad fired from your fucking job. Like, and I'd be like, oh yeah, if you want to swat me, I'm sure your dad's job would love to know about the fact that he gives you like drugs and stuff. He's had the recording of his dad anyway, so I'd kind of use that as like my defense to like tell him to back the fuck up. So, and then and then I'd block him, and
So how would you guys start talking again?
I don't know. It's just through mutual friends and stuff. Since we have like mutual friends, we'd like be talking to friends, and then it's weird with us because like randomly one day we'd be like, all right, let's just forget. Let's just like we just like make friends again. Like be like, all right, bro, like I'm sorry, and then he'd say he's sorry, and we just continue.
And then when you started chatting again, what were those conversations like?
Not too much about swatting, I'd say, ever since the last time I blocked him. Not too much about swatting, because I think after I unblocked him, that was around the time where I stopped with that whole participating in swatting thing. It's like within like the last 4 months, 5 months.
So she just asked before, when was the last time you spoke to me?
Yes, 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago. So did you tell him what happened at your house?
Oh, about him?
That the Gothenburg Police Department showed up at your house and like your dad said.
No,
we should
because the thing is I've been going along with this lie that he has a wrong address the entire time. Because like he knows the address, but I've been trying to because I'm never gonna actually admit it because he gets satisfaction from me admitting it. So I just talked to him the next day like it was nothing. Because then he'd actually know but I told Chase about it though. Because Chase and me we keep each other's like secrets and stuff like that, and we're like we're good friends.
Okay, so the day after you were swatted at the house,
Yeah, so Chase.
did he mention anything that he had done?
Yeah, he did say he put in a call to the house about a gun, and I was like, what do you mean? I was like, what do you mean? There was no I
Referring to the swatting call to your house.
Yeah, and I was,
Besides that, did he talk about any other calls that he had made?
around that time period. Actually, yeah. I think around that period. But this was like, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if this is before or after I blocked him. Yeah, it's the time. I'm kind of getting my time frames mixed up. Because I've known him for 2 years and we've been through a lot of shit. It's very confusing.
Because like we said before, we did our homework before
Yeah.
we all got here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am very familiar with that incident that got responded to your house for the swatting call.
Yeah.
And everything that you told government during
Yeah.
the, when they arrived at your house. So you had told them that you blockaded
Yeah.
for about 3 months or so.
Yeah, like 2 feet.
So the day after, did he reach out to you or did you reach out to him?
I don't know how many days it was again until we reconnected, but it's not more of a reaching out thing. I think it's more of a mutual friend, and I'm like, just add Hayden to the call. You know, like I would be in a call with like someone, and I'd be like, hey, just add Hayden to the call, and then Hayden would join hesitantly, and then we'd talk, and then we'd send each other friend requests again, and just be okay the next day. But like I said, I don't know the time frame. I genuinely do not know the time frame on it. Like it's very confusing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just not.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you see, no, no.
Yeah, it's up to you. Like,
I mean, if you have
usted
more-
quiere que sigamos hablando, we can. If not,
If you have more, I mean, if you have more questions, like literally ask it. Like I don't know what you want from me.
I want to make sure your dad has said yes. So I want to make sure. Is it okay
Yeah.
for us to keep talking, or you want
Yeah,
to stop?
but I said, but I want to tell you something. I want him to be able to go home.
I've explained it to you, sir.
I'm asking them because he can be
They don't have
home arrest or something. I've never been out of the house.
That's not a decision that we get to make.
So he got to see the fiscal now.
The fiscal, he's not gonna see a fiscal, but the fiscal's gonna talk to the judge. Once I get the paperwork together.
Yeah, pero vamos a hacer los papeles ya. A ver si
So quisiera parar la
sí,
entrevista.
ya yo quiero ya.
One second.
Wait, but like, if they have more, do they have more questions for me? Or?
But if your dad is electing for us to stop
but
talking,
if you
then we're
got
gonna
more
stop.
questions that they can help him,
The answering questions won't particularly.
I was just going to say, it's only going to depend on the information that he gives us. We're asking him the questions and he's not remembering like the
no, because he
information.
should have told me.
It's
Because he
it's a
was-
lot. It's a lot. The time frames are gonna get mixed up so easily when I'm blocking him like every month or every couple of weeks, blocking him, unblocking him, blocking him, unblocking
When
him.
that happened, that he did that
But
Gutenberg
if you're
police.
electing to stop talking, I don't think it would be smart to continue the conversation because we have to respect the fact that you asked to stop.
See, no.
Okay, because anything after it wouldn't be okay.
Yeah.
So so just give us some time. I think Dad will have you step out.
Can I send it to a polygraph?
I'm not sure how far to.
I'll send it to a polygraph. If you want to ask him questions, I will submit to a polygraph.
Well, we can't. We're not going to facilitate that here. So. Yeah.
All right. So just give us. We'll move you back into where you were prior.
Do I have to be there again? How long do I have to be there?
We got to do the paperwork.
I'm in a
okay?
holding cell, dude. I'm in a holding cell, like literally in a brick holding cell. Like what would you be in?
Yeah, have that. All right, Dad.
Despite denying everything, Brad Parker was sentenced to 2 years in a Florida prison for the hoax emergency calls he made from New Jersey. Let that sink in. This kid got extradited across the country and locked up in a state he'd never even visited before his arrest. Imagine explaining that to your cellmate. Hey, what are you in for? Murder. Well, what about you? I called a high school and said I had bombs. You must have hated your school. No, it wasn't my school. I was homeschooled in Jersey. Brad will also be banned from the internet for 3 years following his arrest, and that, for a professional troll, is basically a life sentence. But Brad, on the off chance you're watching this in 2029 when you finally get your Wi-Fi privileges back, here's some free advice. Own it. I'm serious. The internet loves a redemption arc. You clearly have a talent for getting under people's skin. That's a skill. A chaotic, morally questionable skill, but it's a skill nonetheless. Channel it into something that doesn't involve terrorizing children and wasting police resources. There are actual scammers stealing grandmother's life savings. There are actual predators who deserve to be exposed. The world could use someone with your particular set of skills. And you're young enough to turn this around. Most ex-cons don't get a real second chance. Don't waste yours. Thanks for watching.